This video contains information that may be offensive and disturbing to some people. If you are a viewer and are triggered or shocked by images and need a warning prior to every clip or story being discussed, then please unsubscribe from my channel immediately. My channel covers the harsh reality of even the worst crimes imaginable and is for adults only. For those of you who fit into this category, take this message as your warning and don't watch any further. Hey, what's going on, freaks? All right, well, I'm gonna be donating. So far, I'll probably be donating about $1,600. So now it's up to you guys to make it bigger, like we do every donation night, and then I'll probably add extra on, bonus onto that too. All right, so I'll be doing the actual case in like 30-45 minutes from now. You know, the generous freaks. Well, thanks, Barbara Smith. Wow.
Let's get the party started.
Well, thanks, Andrea Ruggiero Drum, and One Sly Angel, and Jennifer Cochran Fent. And then I also know that Melanie, very generous donation. Paulette, let me turn the music down.
Happy donation night.
And Michelle Black. Yeah, no one again. Thank you. Oh, the cat eye donation. There we go. There we go. And then Carolina T there. Shogun Love. I think it's... Yeah, there you go. Crystal, a.k.a. Beaver Gaming, sub, Crystal. Yeah, these, I'd never heard of these, the Santa Rosa hitchhiker killer, the murderer. They don't really know, they haven't found out who that person is, but I've stumbled across it by either somebody sending me or on Facebook, Jane Doe popped up. Hey, thanks, Jessica Schubach. Linda Howell, as in Linda Moldenhau, the cattle mutilations. Paisley Dreams, and...
Donation wave.
Lane S. Oh, and there's Muskets. I should have a file for what? I don't know what you're talking about.
Here we go.
Yeah, now I have a folder and it's got some stuff in it. I don't remember the names. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, I don't remember it, so. Don't have one on it. I don't remember ever talking. I don't even have the pins on the map. So, must not have talked about it.
Wave woman
Thank
surfing.
you, Chrissy Paradis and Harley Levine. Oh my God, there goes another cat eye donation by Miss Skill.
Love you all, you wonderful freaks. Love you, Gray, for all you do. You're awesome. Growing heart throwing kisses. Growing heart throwing kisses.
Well, thank you. Angie Pangie, Andrea Rogero Drum. You already sent one in, but thank you. And Barbara Smith, again. Thanks. I wonder if that's going to make the loud sound.
Have good show. Love donation night.
Oops. Not sure why it went to... It didn't put the... there you go. Try that one. There you go. Generous Freaks. Thanks, Mysterious Monkey. It seems like we did another one that was close to that. There was another case that had stranglers and they were dumping the bodies off the side of some roads, but I don't know if it was the same one. It seemed like there's so many similar killers in that area in California. It's crazy. It's like the same time frame too. Thanks, Melissa Crone Carter.
Thank you, Gray, for the wonderful person you are.
Well, thank you. You know, I guess I'm a little grumpy sometimes, but... Yep. What did that say? Thank you, Swerves. I think I said that like that. Boom, 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 boom. And Susie B.
BCU singing Hey Yana last week made my summer and appreciate all you do.
How can you not like Hey Yana?
Money will soon be obsolete. This is to buy dilithium crystals from Alexander Lukashenko before it's too late.
That had to have been Cairo to have brought up dilithium crystals. Okay. Thank you. Yeah, I was thinking of doing mainly Texas EquiSearch, but you know, I was thinking of doing the
Glad I could be here for donation night with Gray and so
Knick-Knack
many wonderful
again.
freaks.
National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. I think they need funds. Thank you, Lane S.
I've had a few crappy days and donation night makes me happy.
Oh, cool. Lane S. and Michelle Nicholas. Oh, wow. There's Mag with the cat eye donation and free cards.
Wow! Look at that! Look at that! Look at that!
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with the sometimes super chats, and I can send people super chats, but I can't write a comment. It's weird. Hey, thanks Kim F Sharp Harp and Andrea Rogero Drum again. Thank you. Hype. Ashley Smith. Thank you. Yeah, so, you know, we have another 20 minutes of this, or maybe, no, maybe 7:45, I don't know. And then we're going to get on to the Santa Rosa Hitchhiker killer. I thought there was another one. Wasn't there another killer, though, that was in the kind of a similar area? Because I remember talking about that one on the show one time, but it didn't seem like it was... these names aren't even in my folders here. Yeah. Yep. Thank you, Julie W., Ashley Smith, and Andrea Briones.
Thank you, Bray and the Freaks.
Yeah. Hey, 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 I think I sang that so well that I might get a strike. Okay, I don't mean to... Well, it's not a strike, it's a copyright.
Did I hear some say, hey, Yamaha? Question mark, exclamation mark. Hey, Yamaha.
Yeah. Thanks, Jenny Penny. Wow, you guys are so cool. Yeah, it's been a little bit slower month than last month, but you know, probably the effects of the whole COVID thing are kicking in, or just burnout, I guess. Well, thank you, Emily Flotilla. Well, thanks, Crystal Ann. That was nice. Sarita. Boom, 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 boom. Oh yeah, I guess school did start up, didn't it? How's that lyric? See, these are all the freaks wearing their gear up here.
Just because.
Well, thank you. I'm glad I'm just because. Yeah, it's awesome. Feel really fortunate to have such degenerate freaks. Well, I'm just setting up a time frame because it's hard to say, really. Like like normally on donation night, we get about double what we're at right now on donation night, and that makes it so that I can do the extra bit. Because I know that, like I've explained to you how the math works. Thanks, Alicia C. Yo, 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 Freaky P. Yeah. Be cool, popular bandwagon case channels. Yeah, that'd be cool, yeah. Yeah, it's really amazing. I'm going to try to get us up to 13,000. I want to try to do 2,400. Like 1,600 is what the math is that I always tell you about.
Would be cool if all the popular bandwagon case channels would donate something sometime.
Yeah, yeah. Catalina Revival. Thank you. Shogun Love, Cairo, and Catalina Revival.
Yo, freaky peeps.
Yeah.
Thanks for all your hard work on these cases, Gray.
Get a lot
Love
of dog
the freak family.
pictures. We get a lot of dog shots. I mean, we could just do this till maybe 7:30.
Gray is the best
Just in
channel on
case.
YouTube.
Well, thank you. Yeah. Yeah, thank you guys. I mean, it's just, it's crazy. If I could keep doing the freak hearts on the screen, I would do it. I should have an endless loop. Well, thanks, Alley Cake. Wow, that's 1 penny shy of a cat eye. It's still a cat eye donation, but it's not. I don't know if it'll play it. Maybe I should make it $49.99 when it plays, because it seems like a penny comes off or something. Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing my little. Oh God, it just sucks. Like right there, it's about as high as I can make that arm go, and then I can't even lift a 5-pound weight, like a shoulder press. It's wild. I want to. It doesn't hurt or anything; it just doesn't work. But I feel like there's a slight little increase every single day. Yeah, everybody, and if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. But it seems like everybody here right now are people that watch my channel all the time, because we only have 169 people watching. I'm not going to be doing physical therapy till the wound heals and kind of later down the road. Still, the wound still, it didn't, the lower half, the glue came undone. I don't even know how you know, the way that where the scar is right on your neck. You're always bending your neck a little bit. Yeah, well, the thing is, I can actually now kind of reach over to there. Before I was about like here, and I can go up, you know. It's just no, I know it's not a long, I wouldn't call it a long ways, because it's barely, you know, it's hard to move it. So I wouldn't say it's a long ways. The way I look at it, it's like this. If you were like 0 to 100, and then it goes up, you're at like 5, maybe 10 or something, then it goes up to 11, then the next day it goes down to 9.5, and then maybe 12 2 days after that. 12.5. It's so slow. You know, we're talking 14 days later, and it doesn't feel worlds different than originally. I don't know. I think they just do it that way because they have to get these x-rays from the side of your neck, and then they have to pull your shoulders way down, and they're working on your spine, so they don't want you to move at all. And apparently most people's bodies, and my right side, dealt with it, but my left side, I've always had those nerve issues, and then it's just, that's frustrating. Yeah, well, some of it might be still from the surgery, but a lot of it can't be, because it's in muscles that aren't part of that nerve root. So it's got to be the brachial plexus injury. But I might be talking to like a neurotherapist type guy that can test all that.
In the news they wrote a dead body was found. It's obviously dead without movement or sound. Why not just write a body was discovered foul play town?
Right. Right. We always say, make that joke. Well, it's not really a joke, but when they say, a dead body was found. Because if they'd said body, we all would have been confused. Oh, a body? Oh, was it alive? No, I don't think there's a soul out there that when you say, hey, a body was found in the woods, that goes, well, was the body alive? Tell me anybody out there that thinks like that, because I sure as hell don't. And I think if you do, you might want to check into a facility. Thanks, maybe sunshine. Oh yeah, let's see. Another PayPal. Let's check it out. Well, thank you. Another big donation on PayPal. It's a double cat eye. Let's see. What do we got here? I've got 2 double cat eye donations on here. One of them was a quadruple the other day. And then I've got a 20 and a 30 as well. So, and those are from, let's see. Julie,
check mark, check your PayPal thumbs up.
And then Melanie. Melanie who did another double cat eye, and then a Rochelle Black, and then also Paulette earlier today too, and then remember Stacy Galloway did a nice donation the other day too. I think it's for the end of the month as well. So thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. 7 more minutes. We'll just go to 7:30. Where did you send it, Gene? Hey, thanks. Huck. Almost said 2L. Like that was part of your name. Thanks, Huck and Michelle Nicholas. We're doing pretty good. I think we'll be fine. Merchandise shit. I do have merchandise. I gotta do some new stuff.
Come on, hammer, 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 thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up.
I know that and Hey Yama are Jenny Penny's favorite lines. But I think, who doesn't like Hey Yama? Come on. Well, cool, Barbara. I'm glad you're here. I am a turf jert. What's a turf jert? Cool, Julie W. I'll try to figure out what a turf jert is, and
One more for the road.
Oh, you mean a free cart, right? Is that what you're trying to say? Let me see if you're trying to say free cart, that means my ability to decipher girl code has gone up dramatically, right? Is that what you're saying, Julie W? The shirt is almost like a free cart. Oh, red heart. Oh, I was so close. I still got some training to do. Not a turf jert. Thanks, Kim F. Sharp Harp. Okay, 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes. Well, good, Abby. I know they're long, but they're not really videos, right? I mean, I used to make videos, but I found that I enjoy doing the live shows more. So that's kind of been my genre for well over a year now. There's Jenny Penny up there. Thanks, Lee Dobby. Yeah, it's awesome. You guys are...
Thanks, Gray.
Boom! Yeah, I should have put the names. I have the names on the file. I'm not sure people want... Well, I guess they wouldn't mind. I mean, they wouldn't have sent it in, I guess. Hey, thanks, Allie Cake. Yeah, listen. There's only one cake in the world, and that's chocolate cake. The rest is just, oh, let's try something else. My friend Gray's mother was dyslexic. Oh. I don't even know what that means. I can't. It's hard to even make out the sentence. Yeah. Well, you didn't have to remove that comment. He was just saying my mom was dyslexic and I was supposed to be Gary. It's a joke. Ding 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 ding. Thanks, Michelle Nicholas. And Laura Nelson from the UK.
He is the only channel worthy of donations and attention.
Yeah, I mean, there's other channels that, you know, other good channels out there. I just think it's cool that we are such a big part of our whole monthly thing. You know, what we do is to help these organizations out. Hey, thanks, Darlene White. Well, Gene, you could try the Streamlabs version because it doesn't really work on... Streamlabs just goes to something else, and it's totally different than YouTube. Groovy with Gray. Yeah, everybody, come watch that.
Make sure you all listen to Gray's new disco music podcast called Groovy with Gray. Dragging in late.
Thank you, KNS. Okay, everybody. Right there. We just hit the 7:30 mark. Word. Anyways, thank you guys very much. That was very kind. So we are going to switch. Well, not where I'm on the page, Texas EquiSearch right now. And we are going to donate. They changed it up a little bit. Let's see. Wow, 10,000 monthly? Yeah, I don't think I can do that, but that's bigger than normal. And no, I'm not making that monthly. So I don't know if it has me sign in or not. Let me just make sure. I just want to make sure, because sometimes it has me sign. Okay, there you go. So there it goes. It says, thanks for donating $1,500 to Texas Echo Search. Okay, then we'll go to my Gmail account here, and there it is right there. It just showed up just now. All right. So there's the proof for all the haters. Okay, now we're going to go. I think I'm going to do Nick Mech. National. There it is. Right at the top. And then what I think I'm going to do all the rest that I'm going to donate to them. Okay? Because that's one that we haven't done as much as we could to. And they're just such an important organization. Okay, I'm gonna send them 900 this time. Okay, good. I'm glad I switched it over to the once. I remember I accidentally had it on that and one time, but I caught it. So 900. I guess I could put mine. Well, don't they let you pay though through? Oh yeah, this one I have to do it off the screen because they don't do PayPal here. That's right. But I'll still show it to you on there. I'll put from the freaks at Gray Hughes Investigates. Do they have a PayPal option? Okay, I gotta go get my card and do it off to the side. Oh shit. Yeah, you gotta take your headset off your head when you start walking away. Shit. That didn't feel too good. All right, hold on. Okay, I think that's good. Ah, God. All right, well, there you go. It says, thank you for your donation. There's the 900 right there. So that's in there. And then I'll go over to my email, and there it is. And there's the amount right there. Okay. So there we go, everybody. We did 2,400. We kept up with last month, even though I wasn't as big a month on the channel. It's like I got to keep it going, right? It's one of those things where. Oh yeah, now we got to update the on this screen. So we did 2,400, so that should make that 13,000. And then, let's see, it was, so now we're up to 1,600 on NCMEC. And Texas EquiSearch, we're at 5,000. That's pretty amazing. So there we go, everybody. These are the new totals. Boom, right there. Dun 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 dun. So thank you guys very much. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do that. That's for damn sure. Now I gotta go to my email really quick and move those to the right folder here. Hold on. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, and EquiSearch, they already sent their form letter back. Oh, I'm up kind of high. I need a slouch. There we go. Feels better. All right, everybody. So we, as a channel, are at $13,000. See, the goal was 10 for the year, right? But it got so awesome that, you know, I've switched it to 20. Okay, so that's kind of the goal. Because if we do the same thing, it seems like how many months? Okay, we've got September, October, November, 4 months left. So that means we have to, you know, if it'd be over that, it'd be like 22 or 21 something. If we keep doing the same amount, but I guess it gives leeway for a bad month here or there. What is Yellowstone about? You bring up Yellowstone like every day, Christina Kubitschek. Is it a drama or is it just about Yellowstone? I've been watching one on video games. The origins of all the games. Man, you guys are doing the same stuff. What is it about? Okay, it's got Kevin Costner in it. Okay. I bet that's probably pretty good then. Okay, well now I'm going to switch over to the Santa Rosa Hitchhiker murders. Yeah, I know I've never talked about this before. Let me just look it up. Yeah, I mean, I haven't. I know there's another series of murders in the same area that have a different, like Hillside Strangler or something like that. These are different people in this one. Hey, thanks, Gene Fish. Hey, it worked. See? There you go. Okay, so this is how it evolved. I'll sort of go through how it evolved for me today. All right. So I don't know where it came from, but it was on Facebook. This Jane Doe here. I don't know if somebody sent me the link or I'm actually I liked that page. So it says on July 2nd, 1979, in Santa Rosa, California, hikers discovered the skeletonized body of a woman who was still what does that mean? Who was still hogtied. I don't get what the still is. She was hogtied, lying in a ravine off of Calistoga Road. And I've heard these roads before, like I remember talking about Calistoga a bit. She had been crudely stuffed into a duffel bag. It apparently was the dumping site of an unknown serial killer, with Ted Bundy and the Zodiac killer both being considered, although no evidence was found to tie either of them to the crime. After being transported to the medical examiner's office, an autopsy revealed, well, I found the original article that popped up. Coroner's investigators have determined that the skeletal remains found Friday in a shallow creek grave in Rincon Valley area are those of a female, 19 years old, 5 foot 3 inches tall, and Caucasian. Hey, thanks, Gene Fish. You got it to work, I guess. The remains indicate the girl has been dead between 3 and 7 years, according to Wayne Dunham. So if you go to 3 to 7 years, that means it puts her death in the same exact range as the other people that we'll be talking about. Yeah, I know what that means, Rebel Rose. I know what God, Jesus. Try to pay attention, okay? That's not what I said. It said the word still here, okay? That's the only thing I was confused about. I know what hogtied means. It says right here, the body of a woman who was still hogtied. Like, oh, wait, she's still hogtied. Well, you know, she's still, I don't know why the word still is in that sentence. It's not needed. You get what I'm saying? I mean, you can see it, right? I mean, do I have to zoom in so you can... Here, let me zoom in so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. The body of a woman was still hogtied. No, the word still doesn't need to be in the sentence. Okay, it's stupid to put the word there. Trust me. Okay, so anyways, here it is. Valley area are those of the female 19-year-old, 5 foot 3 inches tall, and Caucasian. The remains indicate the girl has been dead between 3 and 7 years, according to Wayne Dunham, Deputy District Attorney. The discovery of the skeleton once again revived speculation on the still unsolved murders of numerous girls in Sonoma County during the 1970s, all with similarities linking them together and seeming to point to a single murderer. Hikers found the latest body in a steep ravine along a spring-fed creek west of Calistoga Road, about 100 yards from the spot where 14-year-old Lori Cursa's body was found in December 1973. So it sounds like the killer probably put the was using the same grounds as dumping grounds. I mean, literally only 100 yards from another person in 73, and based on the 3 to 7 years, it could put it right in that same time frame. Cursa's body was found in December 1973 and trussed. So now I had to look that one up, and that also means tied up. Trussed like the body of Teresa Walsh, whose body was found in December 1973. So Lori Cursa's body was found in December 1973 and tied up like the body of Teresa Walsh. So that means now you have 3. You have the Jane Doe, and these 2 women were all hogtied like that and nude. I don't know. Why should it be bigger? It's kind of solved at this point. Maybe Sunshine. I don't know. It was sort of big for a while, and then now it's not big. But I'm covering something else right now. I don't know if you're watching or not, but I'm talking about the Santa Rosa Hitchhiker's murder. And all the bodies of 6 young women were found in Santa Rosa area in 1972 and 73. All of them in remote spots near creeks and steep slopes on either side. For a time, investigators in the case believed the latest victim might have been Jeanette Camahil, a 20-year-old Santa Rosa junior student, last seen April 25th, 1972, hitchhiking in the Cotati Freeway on-ramp. There's a lot of people. There's a whole bunch of other women that may have fallen victim to the same killer. But I think they have 7 that they are pretty sure is from that person. And yeah, I watched part of that, maybe Sunshine. I just, it's not a case. It was interesting at the time, really brutal and all that stuff, but now it's just going to be a long, ridiculous trial. 50 different people being tried over and over and over again, and it's a horrific crime, but I think they've got it solved, right? Yeah. Chief Deputy Coroner Don Noriel said the girl's dental charts show 3 fillings in a row, and the victim does not have them. So then they ruled out that Jeanette person. Searchers found all but 2 of the victim's teeth, and a computer printout showing her teeth and dental work will not be run through the state's computer, which stores the records of all missing persons whose dental charts are available to attempt to identify the remains. Why does it say will not be run? Jeez. Several of the victims found in the area were known to hitchhike. Both Walsh and Cursa were hitchhikers, as was Kim Wendy Allen, a 19-year-old SRJC student who disappeared March 4th, 1972, while hitchhiking from Marin County to Santa Rosa. Her body was found the next day off Enterprise Road. The bodies of Yvonne Weber, 13, and Maureen Sterling, 12, they were together, were found in Franz Valley in December 1972, some 10 months after they were lured away from the Empire Ice Arena. And at almost the identical spot where the bodies were found, officials located the body of Carolyn Davis, 15, in July 1973. She dropped out of sight after running away from the Shasta County home February 6, 1973. She too was believed to have been hitchhiking. After Friday's discovery in how do you pronounce that? Rincon. Is that like Rison or something like that? Rincon Valley. Like Racine Valley? I don't know. Well, that's what I was saying. I was saying Rincon, but it just didn't sound right. It sounded kind of lame. I thought it'd be kind of... So it's Rincon. Okay. Yeah. Well, isn't that what I said at the beginning? Rincon. I just thought it maybe was a little bit more fancy, and I wasn't saying it right. Yeah, it's not Rincon. After Friday's discovery in Rincon Valley, sheriff's investigators concluded the victim had been tied in a position similar to the way Walsh was bound before her killer threw her into the Mark West Creek. Her body was found in December 1973. Her hands bound in front of her and then pulled down between her legs, her feet tied and pulled back by a rope that also was tightened around her neck. Jesus. strangling her. In the Rincon Valley case, investigators found the remains of a rope loop with ankle bones projecting through it. The rope stretched up the back vertebrae and wrapped 4 times around the second and third neck vertebrae. They also found a slip knot in the clothesline or Venetian blind cord using to bind the victim, as well as gamuts and pieces of fabric that indicate the body may have been stuffed in a duffel or laundry type bag before it was dumped in the isolated spot accessible only by a washed out fire trail. The cord was wound around the victim so many times it was suggested that she may have been alive when her killer threw her down the steep embankment, and had to be securely tied to prevent her struggling or escaping. There was no other evidence to indicate cause of death. Dr. Roger Hegler, a forensic anthropologist from San Francisco State University, who was called in to assist the investigation. A guard was placed at the site Friday and Saturday morning. Deputy Coroner Tom Sieb, Sheriff's Homicide Detective Rick Oliver, and Dr. Hegler began painstakingly uncovering the remains using brushes, knives, small shovels, and ice picks. Each shovelful of dirt and rocks was carefully sifted by detectives Trish Flint and April Ross, as well as identification technician Robert Vollmer, who found several teeth and hard contact lens. Man, I didn't realize we even had contact lenses in 1972 or 3. Is that real? I mean, even I don't know. I mean, maybe they were. I just don't remember. Maybe it was the soft ones that came out later that were so novel. A skull and femur lay exposed on top of the ground when the team of investigators arrived at the remote spot. And early in the examination of the scene, Dr. Hegler said several bones appeared to be missing, carried downstream in heavy winter rains, or perhaps removed by animals. The area is being searched. Sieb found several samples of reddish or auburn hair, and Oliver said he found fragments of what appeared to be brown thread. All items were sent to the state crime laboratory. Yeah, so maybe she had reddish hair. Who knows? So that was the first thing I was looking at, but then all the names that were introduced in this article led me to, look those up. So now we're going to check those out. So maybe we'll start with, let me just go down in order. So these aren't by date. They're just... So the first one is Carolyn Davis, 1973. And I try to find when they're first mentioned, even when they're not even identified. It's kind of hard, but usually you can find them. I just based on the article when they're identified, it usually says something like, so let's say a body's identified on December 30, almost said 32nd. Let's say on December 28th, a body is identified, right? But in that article, they'll say, the body of a woman found on November 23rd has been identified. And then I'll go to the November 24th newspaper and then type in body. So I'll even type in November 24th, 1973 as the date, and then body found. And then boom, usually one of the first 2 articles is the story of when the body was found at the time. So that's what we're seeing in this one right here. Girl's body found near Santa Rosa. The body of a nude girl has been found in the same place where 2 other girls' bodies were found. And I would think that would be the 2 friends, Yvonne Weber and Maureen Sterling. 2 other girls' bodies were found late last year, the sheriff's office reported Wednesday. The newly discovered slaying may be the sixth in a series of unsolved disappearances of young women during the last 18 months in Santa Rosa area, about 60 miles north of San Francisco. 4 bodies of nude young women have been found since last autumn. Another girl is missing. The body of the latest victim was found Tuesday night near Franz Valley Road, about 8 miles northeast of Santa Rosa in hilly countryside. It was discovered by a motorcyclist who stopped when he smelled a foul odor. The body was partly decomposed. No clothing or identification was in the area. An autopsy was underway to learn the cause of death. The 2 bodies found in the same place last December were identified as Yvonne Weber, 14, and Maureen Sterling, 14. The body of Lori Cursa, 13, also was found last December on an embankment near Calistoga Road, east of Santa Rosa. She died of a broken neck. God, man, they're going nuts right now again. Oh, wait, hold on. I gotta do it. There we go. Oh, God. No, Chloe's on Thursday. Hey, thanks, Sherlock Hemlock. They seem to really get along a lot better now. Although Blue sometimes just likes to have his own space. Yeah, she weighs like 3.5 pounds instead of... Anyway, yeah, so up here it says the body, you know, so it's mentioning these same names keep popping up, obviously. And then another article on that same day, so this is August, well, no, it was actually 2 weeks later. Body identified as Shasta County girl. Dental charts have identified the nude body of a girl found July 31st on a remote county road as Carolyn Davis, 15, who vanished last February 6th on her way to school at Anderson in Shasta County. Sonoma County Sheriff's deputies went to Anderson today to check on the girl's whereabouts since she disappeared. A motorcyclist found the body 5 miles north of Santa Rosa and within 4 feet of the spot where the skeletal remains of 2 young girls were found last December. Isn't that crazy? I mean, literally in the exact spot. I think I have most of these mapped out. Yeah, Carolyn Davis. I'm not even on the right one. It's right here. There you go. Yeah, so I found... let me see. If you read this document, it was actually put out by the police. It seems like somebody got this from like a Freedom of Information Act. But so she was last seen on July 15th, 73. They even give you the location where she was last seen, Highway 101 on Ramp, Garberville, California. Last seen by her grandmother. Probably her grandmother dropped her off there. The body was found, looks like 7/31/73, so a couple weeks later. They even mentions who found the body. And then look at it, it was located 2.2 miles north of Porter Creek Road on Franz Valley Road. Okay, so what I did was, I think that, so look, here's Porter Creek Road here, right? And then I think maybe back in the day, this continued on as Porter Creek Road. And it's the only thing that makes sense. I mean, if you look at it like this, Porter Creek Road, and it goes all the way up. And then it was 2.2 miles from Porter Creek Road found on Franz Valley School Road. So I measured 2.2 miles from there, and then you get this spot. I just separated them so they weren't right on top of each other, but they're literally 4 feet away. And apparently right in this area, and it looks like the absolutely perfect place if you were going to dump a body, just throw it off the side of the road right there, I guess. You know, I don't know exactly, but I did do 2.2 miles from that road, and so I'm assuming it's in this area right here, because it's the only thing that made sense. I don't know what this little, look at that hole they get put on Google Earth there. But. Okay, so I'm just thinking that maybe the road changed its name, because there's Porter Creek Road, and there's no way that you could even get to be 2.2 miles from Porter Creek Road if it really literally ends right there. I think. Does it keep going around the other way? Yeah, and then it ends right up. It actually goes right to here at Franz Valley Road, and then it stops. But that's, yeah, I don't know. Let's see. That'd be kind of weird if it was right there. Let me check that out. So if it kept going like that, and let's say it was right there. I don't know. This doesn't make sense. Would that be 2.2 miles? Let's see. Man, they're just going nuts again. Well, that, I mean, that is 1.32 miles right there. But I don't think they would have measured it like that, do you? I mean, how would you even know? So, I mean, it seems like they would have driven up here and then 2.2 miles up the road from that one. Anyways, that's how I interpret it. So, and that's her right there, Carolyn Davis. You know, I was trying to look at all the different pictures of them, and it seems like they all have their hair parted in the middle and down, but that's just such a common hairstyle back in 1972 that it just, I don't know if that has anything to do with what the killer was looking for. And there's another article on her being identified. The body of a young girl found July 31st off Franz Valley Road has been identified as 15-year-old Shasta County girl who disappeared February 6th. That one, this article here, or not article, but this document, this doesn't say February 6th in there. It says July 15th. So I don't know what's right, or, I mean, you would think that the police report would be more official. The girl, Carolyn N. Davis of Anderson, was identified by Dr. R.C. Tangeman using dental charts. The day of her disappearance in Shasta County was exactly 1 year and 2 days after 2 Santa Rosa girls dropped out of sight. The remains of all 3 victims were found within a 4-foot area down in an embankment. But see, what's crazy is the other 2 girls were found, collected, identified, and then the killer puts the body within 4 feet right on top of where he dumped the other 2 girls. And he knew that too, so he probably thought, well, shit, they'll never look here again. Cause of death of the latest victim has not been established. Authorities still are unable to say what killed the other 2 girls. Carolyn Davis was reported missing shortly after 8 p.m. You know what? I actually think that this sounds more accurate, the February 6th, not the Hold on. Yeah, not the this report. Because why you wouldn't have bones in 2 weeks, right? I mean, in this case, remember there was bones. They had to use dental records and all this kind of stuff. I don't know how you would. If you went missing on July 15th and found on the 31st, that's 2 weeks. I don't think she'd be fully decomposed. Although, you know, it is summertime. And Carolyn Davis was reported missing shortly after 8 p.m. on the day she disappeared, according to a missing persons report. So let's see if that was right on here. Yeah, no, this is totally different. They have it last seen July 15th, Sunday at 1:50. You know, and this was done later, obviously. It's a report after they did some investigating. So, jeez, I don't know. The decomposition part doesn't make sense, though. She left home at 7 a.m. wearing faded blue jeans and a dark brown jacket with a fur collar. Sheriff's officials say her identification was made when her sister read about the search for the girl's identity being conducted. The woman called the sheriff's office here to inquire about the girl and forwarded a copy of her sister's dental chart, which was received yesterday morning. Sonoma County District Attorney John Hawks said Dr. Tangeman was able to make positive identification at 4 p.m. yesterday with assistance from a previously missing tooth, which was located when the girl's body was x-rayed yesterday. With identification of the girl, Undersheriff Robert Hayes said Detective Sergeant Walker and Thibodeau will go to Shasta County today to talk to the girl's relatives and friends in efforts to trace her whereabouts from February 6th to the time of her death, around July 20th. And see, that makes more sense with when the grandmother last saw her, though, doesn't it? Anyways, hold on, I gotta get something to drink and use the facilities. There you go. Little intermission music. Yeah. Actually, I think Blue's trying to have some try to do something with Chloe here, even though Blue can't do that. Okay. All right. Alright, I'm going to go back to this now. When she was reported missing, her relatives indicated she may have been headed for San Diego, but Hayes said the major question to be answered now is whether she was abducted from Anderson by her killer. Hawk said the girl's identity was learned through diligent... It sounds like her grandmother dropped her off at like an on-ramp to a freeway, and she was going to go hitchhiking. You know, her grandmother probably didn't want to drive her, and that was just kind of what people did back then. She was known to be a hitchhiker. And whoever it was who picked her up, either there or maybe after being dropped off somewhere else, turned out to be the killer. And this killer seems to, that's what he preyed upon. Hitchhikers, maybe a little bit similar to the Schnee Oberholzer case. Well, you don't know that, though, Gene. Yeah. You can't just type it in a different time. We don't know. Hayes said his office had received inquiries from all 50 states about young missing girls. Discovery of the latest victim in the same spot that the skeletal remains of Maureen Sterling and Yvonne Weber were found in December led officials to the conclusion that all three girls were slain by the same person. Speculation early on in the case pointed to a large, very strong man, or at least two men, being involved in the girl's death. Officials based this conclusion of the fact that the girl's body was found amidst brush and small trees, and that they were not broken or bent down as they would have been if the victim had simply been rolled down the steep embankment. So you think they were placed there. The theory that best explained the facts, according to officials close to the investigation, is that a very strong man threw the dead girl's body over the... Okay, so he threw it over the brush, and it landed, causing very little damage to the surrounding foliage. In addition to the $2,500... Well, here's the thing, is that secret witness program was just huge in California back during that time. Wait, hold on. Let me get that last sentence in there. Oh, this is just another case here. The Jeanette Kamahil case. That she's missing too. She's probably one of the victims. They just haven't found her. So you got to think, like, the ones that they find like a year later in their bones, well, they could have easily never been found, right? Okay, now we've already done Jane Doe, Carolyn Davis, and then here is Kim Wendy Allen. And this is another one where I went and found the original article. Man, I don't see one comment related to what we're talking about. Jesus. The nude body of a young woman bearing the marks of both a knife wound and garroting was found yesterday off a roadside in an area of well-to-do homes between Sonoma Mountain and Bennett Valley. Sheriff Don Streepeak said the victim, still unidentified, was between 18 and 26 years old and about 120 pounds, 5'5" inches tall, and strawberry blonde hair that had been arranged by a beauty parlor. She was found at the bottom of an embankment about 15 to 20 feet below the level of Enterprise Road, but there was no evidence of violence at the scene, and Streepeak speculated that she had been killed elsewhere. Pending an autopsy, the sheriff could not fix the exact cause of death. He said she had apparently been killed sometime between Friday night and yesterday morning. The body was found by Scott Bunting, a 17-year-old Santa Rosa high school student who was motorcycling in the area. And then just 4 days later, the nude body of a teenage girl found garroted Sunday in an isolated area 10 miles east of here was identified today as that of Kim Wendy Allen, 19. Sheriff Lieutenant Charles Kishbaugh said the victim's sister from San Rafael identified the body of the Santa Rosa Junior College student. The girl was last seen at 5 p.m. Saturday when she left a health food store in Larkspur where she had been working. Fellow employees said they thought she planned to hitchhike home back to Santa Rosa, he said. So there you go. Another all hitchhiking. You know what's amazing is that the 12 and 13-year-old that were over at the ice rink that you'll hear later, they were hitchhiking. The search for her killer. That's Kim Wendy Allen. See again, you know, the part in the middle, hair on the sides, you know, but I think that's just kind of the way it was back then. Here's the report also on that one. She was last seen 3/4/72, approximately 5:20 p.m. Freeway entrance. See again. She's waiting to hitch a ride. Last seen by Tony Ferrari. I don't know if that's just somebody driving by. Her body was found on July 6th. The location was Enterprise Road. Now here's the thing, is I couldn't make this work, what they're saying here. It says Enterprise Road, approximately 3 miles from Bennett Valley Road. Body lying in a ditch. Now I wonder if that was supposed to say 0.3 miles. So I'll just show you what I was trying to do here. I must have got rid of the... But the entire road from here all the way to here is only 2.3 miles. Okay, and this is the Bennett Road right here. See, Bennett Valley Road. And then this is... Enterprise Road goes right here, so it goes like this. And they said it's 3 miles from Bennett on Enterprise Road, and then it goes, but all the way here is only it's 2.2 miles, following exactly along the road. So it made me think maybe it was 0.3, because they said she was found near a creek bed, and I found 2 spots. This is actually like 0.4 miles though. But there's a creek bed here, and that would be a perfect place, right? to throw a body in there back then. And then there was another place not far from there, right inside here, that looked like it was pretty good. And there's like a, yeah, there's water right on the side right there. So it was near the creek, they said. And one of the things that's strange too is there's other typos in these, so then you kind of wonder, well, maybe the 3 miles is a typo. Also been bound at wrists and instead of ankles it says andles, ANDLES, and as if she was spread eagled at one point. So they think that she was, I don't know how you could determine that. You have rope burns on your wrists and ankles. I mean, it could easily just be that you were, I don't know, when you say like spread eagle, I don't know where, it doesn't have to be that. Yeah, so it's not making a lot of sense how they said 3 miles, because the road isn't even 3 miles long. I mean, I can just show you in general, and you'll be able to see if I take it from right here. Yeah, and I go to there. That's only 1.86 miles, but following the road, it's about 2.2, and then it ends right there. It doesn't continue on. See, it just ends right there, Enterprise Road, and they said it's 3 miles from Bennett Road. So, yeah, lately we've had some frustrating things like that. Kim's nude body was found Sunday near a creek on Enterprise Road off Bennett Valley Road. Authorities said the 19-year-old Santa Rosa junior college student had been raped and murdered. Lieutenant Charles Kishbaugh, Sonoma County Sheriff's Office, yesterday said several Sonoma County detectives, in cooperation with Marin County authorities, spent several hours in Larkpier area attempting to locate anyone who may have seen Kim in the area last Saturday. Lieutenant Kishbaugh said the investigation thus far indicated the girl was last seen wearing a 3/4 length coat, an aluminum frame backpack. That was about 5 p.m. last Saturday when she left Larkspur to hitchhike to Santa Rosa. Investigators have asked that anyone who believes he saw Kim between Larkspur and Santa Rosa to contact the office. Meanwhile, a Kim Allen reward fund has been established in hopes of finding the rapist killer. Robin described Kim as the most unique person I've ever known. We spent a lot of time together during my freshman year, and it still bothered me, her graduation, that she knew me so well and I didn't know exactly how she thought about things. Yeah. No, that's a different story, I think. I think it's the same one. So she was born in Oakland. She also survived by her mother, Roberta Allen, Oakland, and her brother. Yeah, so and it's just... Here's the thing. Every time you get these cases where you have a few different people killed in an area and they haven't been solved, you almost immediately start thinking serial killer, because there's no connection. See, serial killers, when they kill you, they don't have a connection to you almost always. So there's no like investigative, anything you can do investigatively, like, okay, check the boyfriends out, check this guy out, it just doesn't lead to anything. That's why hitchhikers were just absolute like candy to serial killers, just like prostitutes, because you're absolutely vulnerable as soon as you get into that car. There is no known connection at all, other than maybe a witness maybe seeing you get into that car and writing down a license plate miraculously. But who would do that? Unless there was some violence right off the get-go, but they never do it that way. They get in the car, everything seems normal for a while, then all of a sudden they turn into a whack job and you're dead. So I'm glad people don't really hitchhike anymore. Yeah, they got a criminalist in there. Let's see, the nude body of Miss Allen, a 19-year-old Santa Rosa junior college student, was found over a 20-foot embankment near a creek bed. See, that's the creek bed that I was talking about. On Enterprise Road. See? And the only creek beds that I could find, I actually traveled along the entire thing, was this one. You can actually kind of make out the tree line of the creeks. And then there's this one. And then if you were just going to keep following that around on Enterprise Road, you know, I don't know if there's a creek in the middle of the tree there. I mean, I guess we could travel down it. Whoa. Oh, Jesus. Man, I just crashed my Google Earth. Open it back up. And my dogs are going nuts. Jesus. You know, the thing is, I kind of like the second one that I found, based on what they said there. See, that could be... that doesn't look 20 feet high, though. That's the only problem with it. Was found over a 20-foot embankment near a creek bed. Look at how creepy this road is just anyways, you know? I mean, it's pretty, but it's also at night. This wouldn't be... I'd be kind of creeped out on this one. And now it's got... It looks like a vineyard area now. Let me just check out the terrain and see if there's anything that looks like there's a 20-foot. You know, maybe it could be down in that area, right? Look how steep that is. And there's a little culvert right there. Yeah. And this is kind of near the end of that. So if they'd said 2 miles instead of 3, this would be right on the money. And that could be 20 feet down there. And what if that would be a place, if you dumped a body down there, nobody would find that unless you just happen to, well, obviously they were found, but you would think that in your head, right? Hey, thanks, Barbara Smith. I hope you start feeling a little bit better. Okay, let's see. Sheriff Shreepeak yesterday disclosed detectives have been able to last place Miss Allen alive at the northbound on-ramp of Bell Avenue at Highway 101. Let's see. That's right, because she came from... I don't think there's one in... Or is there? Marin? Not sure what Marin means. Let's see. The nude body of Miss Allen, a 19-year-old Santa Rosa junior college student, was found over a 20-foot embankment near a creek bed on Enterprise Road off of Bennett Valley Road. She had been sexually assaulted and strangled. Detectives have been able to last place Miss Allen alive in the northbound on-ramp of Bell Avenue and Highway 101 north of San Rafael. Okay, there's 101. Well, how does it get on there then? Bell Avenue. Oh, maybe they didn't say she was on the, let's see, let me read that again. Alive on the northbound on-ramp at Bell Avenue. So the northbound on-ramp. So we're on the right, it's 101. Bell Avenue starts right there. Maybe at one point this used to go on there. Let's just put it right here. You know, I don't know, because it looks like maybe at one point maybe it did merge on and then they did something else with it. You know, this is 40-something years ago, so almost 50. Wow. What the hell? Okay, so that area... Okay, that makes sense because she's heading north, right? So she's right here, and then all of a sudden up here is where her body was found. Up in this area. Right down there. Ah. Man, a stupid scar just stings all the time. Sheriff Streetbeck asked anyone having seen a girl hitchhiking at that location on that day to call them. The sheriff said when last seen, Miss Allen was wearing a large aluminum framed framed orange colored backpack and was carrying a large wooden soy barrel under her arm. That's weird because I saw the picture of that and I didn't even include it because I thought it was weird. The barrel was empty, open, and one end weighed 19 pounds, was about 2 feet high and 1 foot wide at the mouth, and was imprinted with red Chinese characters. And one thing that was interesting was the Zodiac killer, according to Wikipedia, had that one of those same symbols that he was using. The detectives determined Miss Allen purchased the barrel in a Chinatown store in the morning of March 4th, and officers purchased one just like it at the same store to photograph and circulate to the news. Well, why don't you just photograph and circulate the... Oh no, did they find the first barrel? Let me see. Carrying a large wooden soy barrel. The barrel was empty, open on one end, weighed 19 pounds. Maybe they never found the barrel, but somebody knew that she had it? Yeah, I gotta get it. Officers traced the woman on March 4th from San Francisco to Larkspur, where she reported to work about noon at a health food store. Late in the afternoon, 2 men picked her up near the health food store and drove her to Bell Avenue on-ramp in San Rafael. So there you go. That's somebody drove her there, where they dropped her off at about 5:30 p.m. The men quizzed and cleared in the investigation, gave some details on what the girl was wearing and carrying. The girl had long blonde hair, 3/4 length, beige coat, an ankle-length skirt or pants when last seen in San Rafael. The sheriff's office said the girl's clothing, her backpack, and the wooden barrel have not been found. The sheriff yesterday ordered a helicopter crew to go over the spot where the girl was found and the surrounding area. The helicopter's mission and the results of its search were not disclosed. Yeah, this is more of like a personal article here. Hundreds of people, many of the young girl hitchhike daily in Sonoma County. The sight of a young girl hitchhiking has become a personal curse for Mrs. Roberta Allen of Oakland, mother of Kim Wendy Allen, whose nude body was found off Enterprise Road March 5th in an isolated area southeast of Santa Rosa. She was raped and strangled. Sheriff Lieutenant Charles Kishbaugh said yesterday the investigation into Kim's death had become a matter of routine, running down every case that comes up with similarities to see if the suspect may tie in with the case here. It may turn out to be a lifelong process, he admitted, adding that Detective Sergeant Timothy Brown has checked out numerous similar cases since being assigned to find Kim's killer more than a month ago. For Mrs. Allen, the sight of a young girl seeking rides has become a lifelong reminder of her own loss. In an interview with Oakland Tribune yesterday, she said, "I was feeling pretty good. People tell me I'll start getting over it. Until I was on my way to work and got to..." Now, you never get over it, sorry. So if you have a person who tells you, "Oh, you'll get over it," they're not really a friend of yours. That means they're sick of you being upset about it and want you to get over it. Because nobody would ever say that to somebody who would actually have a clue what the hell they're talking about. Her thoughts returned to the death of her daughter, Santa Rosa junior college student who was working part-time at a Larkspur health food store. Kib had been warned repeatedly by her parents and teachers about hitchhiking, but sheriff's officers have traced her from the time she left Larkspur store March 4th trying to hitchhike a ride to Santa Rosa. She got a ride with 2 men who told sheriff's officers... Let me turn this music down a little bit. It got kind of loud. Told her sheriff's office that led her out at the northbound on-ramp at Bell Avenue and Highway 101 in San Rafael. The only person who was seen her after that was her killer. Unless there's another person who gave her a ride that didn't want to get involved in the case, right? But it seems likely that the next person who picked her up is the killer. Yeah, so the rest of this is just kind of about her life and so forth. I'm going to get to the other ones here. Yeah. Okay, the next one is Lori Lee Cursa. See, look how similar all of these sound. The nude body of a young woman was found yesterday some 30 feet off of Calistoga Road. There's Calistoga Road again. Down a steep embankment. Sonoma County Sheriff's officials issued an appeal for help in identifying her. She was between 16 and 23 years of age. So this is when they're just identifying. They don't know who she is yet. 16 and 23 years of age. And in reality, though, she's a lot younger than that. About 5 foot 3 inches and 103 pounds. She had red, chipped polish on her toes, pierced ears, very light blonde hair that almost appeared bleached, and 2 large front teeth that were irregular. Well, the 2 large front teeth probably should have let you know that she wasn't, 16 to 23. Preliminary autopsy information indicated she may have died from a dislocated vertebrae on her neck, but the exact cause of death will be established later with further tests, according to sheriff officials. The girl apparently died at the scene between December 1st and 8th. The autopsy surgeon reported. Undersheriff Robert Hayes said this morning there was nothing to indicate the young woman had been assaulted or attacked. Sheriff Lieutenant John Hess said the several officers assigned to the case this morning returned to where the body was found to look for further evidence. A young couple discovered the body around 3:20 p.m. yesterday near the top of Calistoga Road on the grade northeast of Rincon Valley. Okay, so this is what I thought that meant. I must have lost that. Maybe I just didn't put it in the right folder. Let me see. Yeah, I think once the when it crashed, I lost a couple pins that I had. Okay, so it was Calistoga Road. Okay, that's where the Jane Doe was. Now, if you're reading this article, it said the top of Calistoga Road on the grade northeast of Rincon Valley. So here's, well, let's just type that in. Alright, so this is Rincon Valley right here, right? So if you're going on that, and this is that road, it says the grade, the high point. Well, wouldn't that just be right here then? Because it's talking about that grade. Not like later, then there's another grade over here, right? So I'm kind of thinking that they're talking about this road right here. See, it's Calistoga Road. And there's a rise in it. So it's like right up in this area is the height. So I'm thinking that they're actually saying the body was right here. Okay. I originally thought maybe it was somewhere else, but look at it. Then it goes down, and then they would have referred to a different rise somewhere else. That's my opinion there. Yeah. So I'm just going with the first rise on it. And then they also found Jane Doe on the same road. Let's see what else it said on that one document. Body, let's see, it said frozen due to extreme cold. In a ravine on Calistoga Road, approximately 50 feet from the roadway. Well, that looks like a ravine right there, right? I mean, wouldn't that be a place you might throw just off of that? In a wooded area. So, I don't know. I'm kind of liking that spot in terms of the way they described it, that it was on the first gradient up. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, Lisa. The whole thing that we're talking about, it's the same killer. Yeah. It had apparently been thrown over the embankment about 30 feet before being stopped by some trees. Lieutenant Hess said the area where the body was found indicated it may have been there at least a week before being discovered. As soon as more information is available, the sheriff's office will send a teletype to law agencies in the Redwood Empire to assist in identifying the woman. Anyone with information that might help the sheriff's investigation was asked to call a number. If the autopsy indicates the girl was murdered, she would become Sonoma County's 18th homicide victim this year, which is double the county's previous record. So then you sort of realize that a lot of those, you know, you're going to have a certain amount of homicide, but then the serial killer makes up a lot of those. And she was only 13, that girl. Okay, so she wasn't 16. I don't know how they could be so off on that. A young girl whose nude body was found Thursday afternoon down an embankment off Calistoga Road was identified late Friday by means of her dental charts. Lori Lee Cursa, 13, was positively identified by her dentist, Dr. Harry Mugridge, who examined the body at the mortuary. Detective Sergeant John Kaufman said cause of her death will not be established until laboratory tests are made. A pathologist said Friday the girl had a dislocated vertebrae near her neck that could have contributed to her death. The girl, daughter of Mrs. Lorraine Cursa, 386 Dolores Lane, was in the 8th grade at Cook Junior High School. Yeah, so they're doing all kinds of tests on her. They weren't able to determine the exact time. The body was found by a young couple walking along Calistoga Road shortly after 3 p.m. Thursday, lying some 30 feet down an embankment near the top of the... See, there it is, near the top of the Calistoga grade northeast of Rincon Valley. So that's why it makes it seem like that's the top of the grade near that Rincon Valley. Her body was apparently stopped by several small trees. The body had been frozen during last week's temperatures. Tests are being made on her blood and the contents of her stomach in efforts to trace her activities prior to the time of death. When she left home, she was wearing polished blue denim, bell-bottom pants, a brown leather jacket, and brown suede cowboy boots. Her clothing has not been found. Seems like this killer is collecting lots and lots of stuff. And this is just another identification. The cause of death has not been established, but deputies theorize she might have jumped from a moving vehicle. Oh, that's interesting. I don't agree with that at all. And I don't think they believe that now. Hey, thanks, Dadio. Caspian Horses Rock. See, what's weird is, see this little secret witness thing here? It showed up in like every single one of these cases over and over again, all kinds of articles. And it's kind of cool. They actually give you instructions. You pick 3 letters from here and 3 letters from there. Submit your tip in. Don't put your name on it. And one of the articles, the police even wanted to hear back from 2 of the people who wrote the letters. Yeah, we're on Cursa here, so. Yeah, so they mentioned a few different cases in here. I'm not going to read it. And let's take a look at this document again. Condition of body fair. Body was frozen due to extreme cold. I don't know. Frozen? The cause of death, dislocation of first and second cervical vertebrae with... I think I cut it off. Oh, no, there's more there. With compression and hemorrhage of spinal cord due to trauma. No clothing. Look at, she was obviously, I think her neck was just broken. I mean, she didn't have any clothing with her. She's nude. The person killed her and then threw her off the, you know. I don't know. I just think I guess it's possible she was raped or something, and then she was nude in the car, and then she jumped out. Hey, thanks, Jen H. Yeah, and it seems like, I don't think she was frozen solid. I just think, that's what gets people in trouble when they just spout out terminology. They found 2 wire loops in pierced ears, and there was no earrings attached. Did have 2 wire loops in pierced ears, no earrings attached. Huh. Well, what do you mean? Right before that you said they were attached. Unless a loop, is a loop just sort of something that keeps the hole open in your earrings, like when you first get your ears pierced? I'm not familiar with that. And then maybe there just wasn't any earrings inside those loops. You guys will have to answer that one. You gals, excuse me. Yeah, but why does it say 2 wire loops in pierced ears, no earrings attached? Does that make sense to any of you guys? I think it means like there's like a little thing that's in the pierce part to keep it open. Yeah, well, how come some of you say yes, some say no? It says victim did have 2 wire loops in pierced ears. No earrings attached. What does that mean? Right, I was thinking that, like, when you just get your ears pierced, right? Don't they put a little piece of something in your ear to keep it open for a few days? Isn't that true? That's what I'm saying. That's what I said. Look, you guys need to speak girl code. Because they do that. I've seen it. Yeah, maybe he didn't know what to call it, but don't they put something in there? So just a loop with no... But isn't, what do you mean? It is an earring, though. If it's a loop, it's an earring. Right? I mean, look at 2 wire loops in pierced ears, and then it says no earrings attached. You mean there was no sort of wiggly, cutesy little thing dangling from it? Is that what he's trying to say here? Yeah, definitely this report wasn't written by a woman, right? You can guarantee that. Wow. Okay, now we're on to Teresa Walsh. The body of the latest slaying victim found December 28th in Sonoma County was identified yesterday as 23-year-old mother of a 2-year-old son from Humboldt County. Sheriff Don Streetbeek said Teresa Diane Walsh was, and this is her right here, identified through her thumbprint on file at the Department of Motor Vehicles in Sacramento. The victim, whose nude body was found hogtied, here's another one that was hogtied, and thrown in Mark West Creek, north of Santa Rosa, was strangled to death, according to officials. Streetbeek said her identification was confirmed with the Humboldt County Sheriff's Office, who received a missing persons report on her from her mother, Mrs. Goldie Smith, Garberville. Yeah, I think that's right, Layla. I think that's right. A statewide all-points bulletin had previously been sent out on the victim, whose body was found here, including information that she had false upper teeth, and Streetbeek said Humboldt officials contacted his office Monday with a possible identification based on Mrs. Smith's report. Detective Sergeant Butch Carlstead and Lieutenant James Caulfield took photographs and available information on the victim to Garberville late Monday and received a tentative identification. She was a known hitchhiker and was believed to have traveled between Washington and Los Angeles during December. See? That's pretty much the same thing. And then authorities get more data on the slain women, on this particular woman right here. Sheriff's detectives returned from Southern California today with further information on the 23-year-old woman whose nude body was found December 28 in Mark West Creek. Teresa Diane Walsh was last seen at Zuma Beach near Malibu, where friends said they left her between 9 and 10 a.m. December 22nd. And here's one of those parts of a story where, these people will always wonder. Friends said they tried numerous sources, including a group known as Hitchhikers Anonymous, trying to get her a ride from Los Angeles to Humboldt County so she could spend Christmas near Garberville with her parents and 2-year-old son. After they were unable to get her a ride, she set out to hitchhiking. Sheriff's detectives said she was wearing white bell-bottom pants, a lavender blouse, and a hooded, hip-length, brown, fur-type coat and ankle-high brown waffle stomper hiking boots. They also said she had an olive green Boy Scout knapsack without a frame. Officials asked anyone seeing a girl matching that description in Sonoma County to contact them. So that was it, but they definitely, the way she was tied up matched exactly how the other ones were. So, and then we have the last one, are the 2 girls that were found together. Skeletal remains found Thursday over an embankment on Franz Valley Road have been identified as those of 2 Santa Rosa girls missing since last February. So Yvonne and Maureen, they've been missing for 10 months. M-U-N-T-S. Yeah. Well, I hope all of you that have ailments, you get feeling better. Okay, because I feel your pain. I'm reading, like, seems like we got so many freaks that are having issues. Me included. Yeah, I've got AC going now. Can you hear that? The coroner's office today identified the victims as Maureen Sterling, 12, daughter of Miss Arlene Sterling at 3545 Midway Drive, and Yvonne Weber, 13, daughter of Miss Sheila Harrington at 3365 Holland Drive. Coroner's investigator Donald Norrell said the girls were identified yesterday through dental charts. Maureen and Yvonne were reported missing from Redwood Empire Ice Arena. So they're right here at this Redwood Empire Ice Arena. Where one of their mothers left them off at about 7:30 p.m. on February 4th, but could not locate them when she went back to pick them up at 11 p.m. According to authorities and friends, the two students at Herbert Slater Junior High School were last seen getting into a car either voluntarily or forcibly on Guerneville Road. So right here, I'm assuming it's here. That makes a lot of sense, right? That they walked here. Now, were they just going to try to hitchhike home because they got bored over there at the Redwood Empire Ice Arena? I don't know. But that's where apparently they got into a vehicle right there. And Maureen lived here, and Yvonne lived right there. And their bodies were found. Let's see. Yeah, right there. They're at the same location as Carolyn Davis. So this person seemed like they were familiar with the area, kind of, that they're familiar because they were able to go back and dump bodies in the same locations, right? All right. The girls disappeared exactly a month prior to the discovery of the body of Kim Wendy Allen, a 19-year-old Santa Rosa junior college student on Enterprise Road. Miss Allen's nude body was found over an embankment on March 5th. Circumstances are similar to the discovery of the nude body of another Santa Rosa girl, Lori Cursa, 14, over an embankment on Calistoga Grade early last month. Sheriff's officials said there was no evidence that there was any clothing on the remains found on France Valley Road. Should it be determined that Miss Sterling and Miss Weber were victims of foul play, well, of course it was, they would be the 20th and 21st homicide victims in Sonoma County this year, more than twice the previous record. Both the Sheriff's Office and Santa Rosa Police are now investigating the deaths. Miss Weber's stepfather, David Harrington, pointed out that all along Santa Rosa, police insisted the two girls were runaways. It is obvious they weren't. He said the girls may have been hitchhiking and added, "I hope other girls will learn by this and not hitchhike." Among Miss Weber, other survivors are her brother, Mark Weber, Aaron Harrington, and family Harrington. Okay. And these are the two girls here. Again, see? Secret witness. See? They were last seen around 7:30 p.m. February 4th when one of their mothers took them to the Redwood Empire Ice Arena The case of the girls has been included in the secret witness program, and anyone with information is to contact them. At the time, I mean, now it's 50 years later. These probably not. None of these phone numbers are going to work. And who killed Yvonne and Maureen? Yvonne Weber and Maureen Sturley were last seen February 4th, 1972, at the ice arena. The remains of their bodies were found off Franz Valley Road December 28th, 1972. So that's 10 months later. Their unsolved murders are 2 of 5 in which clues are sought through the secret witness program. Kim Wendy Allen was raped and strangled. Her body was found off Enterprise Road in Sonoma County last March 5th. Now, one of these cases, I can't remember which one it was, they said that she was raped and they found semen. Well, I sure as hell hope they stored that. Okay? Because we got genetic genealogy now. So hopefully you guys were able to store that effectively. Yeah, it's so crazy. There's so many deaths. You guys are absolute psychos. I mean, just driving around, hey, here's another one. I mean, it's hard to even know what the hell what kind of mindset these people have. That's why it's kind of curious. I think that's why we're interested. It's so bizarre. Yeah, I was thinking they all have I said at the beginning of the show that they all have their hair parted in the middle and down, but that's kind of like in 72, that was what people looked like. That's what the hairstyle was. Okay, now 76, you started feathering it back a little bit. Marlene Sterling, 12, and Yvonne Weber, 13, dropped out of sight February 4th after one of their mothers left them at the Redwood Empire Ice Arena. The skeletal remains of the Herbert Slater Junior High School students were found December 28th off Franz Valley Road near an area known as Devil's Kitchen, where several caves are located. Well, let's see where that is. Oh. No, that can't be over. That isn't even over here. Yeah, that's, that's Devil's Kitchen, yep, but that's definitely not anywhere near here. Okay, so that's not accurate. Well, that might be where a Devil's Kitchen is, but it's probably just a local name area. Cause of the girl's death have not been determined, and the remains sent to specialists in Arizona in efforts to pin down the time they died. Officials said they found nothing at the site of Franz Valley Road to indicate the girls were dressed when their bodies were thrown down the embankment. There were no bits of clothing, buttons, zippers, metal clasps, or snaps found in the vicinity. So their bodies were dumped nude as well. Just like the girl that they said, oh, she jumped out. Okay, so they're definitely, none of these girls had clothes on. None of them. And a few of them were hogtied. This is 1975. Sheriff Don Streetbeek appealed to the public this morning for information about the killer of 6 young girls in Sonoma County, or a possible witchcraft symbol found near the gravesite where 3 of the victims were discovered. I am asking that the public to pay special attention to the psychological profile we have done on the individual we're looking for, and if they know someone who matches it. I'm also asking anyone who recognizes this symbol to contact us either by phone or through Secret Witness program, which as of this minute has a $10,000 reward for information, he said. The Witchcraft symbol, 2 rectangles, one apparently containing 2 small rocks joined by a stick, was reportedly used in ancient England as part of death rituals. Sheriff Detective Sergeant Butch Carlstead said the symbols means to hurry the spirits on to the afterlife. In addition to the fact that the Washington victims disappeared during approximately the same months of the year that the girls in Sonoma County were slain, Carlstead also noted all the victims were apparently nude and their bodies were dumped in remote areas. Most of their jewelry was also taken by their killer, he later told newsmen. And the victims were slain some distance from where their bodies were later discovered, he said. The slayings in Sonoma County lasted from February 1972 to December 1973. The Seattle slayings began January 31st, 1974. I'm not sure why he was bringing up Washington. Carlstead was scheduled to be in Colorado yesterday to discuss with authorities there the similarities between his homicide and cases involving young women near Aspen and Vail. Well, there you go. What's weird is I was just thinking of Schnee Oberholzer right there. Because they were, weren't they 79? And they were picked up by, remember that? The hitchhiker killed one, then he went back later in the same town, picked up another one. Yeah, actually that's 1982. That's only 10 years later. Yeah, so it's January 6, 1982. The thing is, I just think a lot of these serial killers pick up hitchhikers. So, things that are seemingly similar aren't. I mean, similar maybe in terms of technique to pick them up, but... let's see, 2 homicides and 2 mysterious disappearances. Connor said he agrees partially with Carlsted's theory of a lone killer stalking the western United States. Carlsted is also expected to talk with Santa Fe, New Mexico officials about a recent killing there. If his theory is right, the killer has left a trail of nude victims from San Francisco Bay Area to Seattle, then southeast to Salt Lake City and into Colorado. And if the Zodiac killer is involved in the murders, Carlstead speculates the next victim may be found northward, perhaps in Montana. Sheriff Don Shripik said the mysterious symbol was found in Franz Valley the day after the body of Carolyn Davis was found. Her body was dumped off an embankment near Devil's Kitchen area at the same spot where the remains of 2 Herbert Slater Junior High School girls were found December 28. The earlier victims, Yvonne Weber 13 and Maureen Sterling 12, were last seen at the Redwood Empire Ice Arena, but sheriff officials say they believe the girls left there headed for Haworth Park. Carolyn Davis was last seen by her grandmother in Garberville as she left to hitchhike south on Highway 101. Kim Wendy Allen was last seen March 4th, 1972, attempting to hitchhike a ride from San Rafael to Santa Rosa. The nude body of popular 19-year-old Santa Rosa Junior College co-ed was found the next day off Enterprise Road southeast of Santa Rosa. Lori Lee Cursa, 13, was found 50 feet off Calistoga Road December 14, 1972, And Teresa Diane Walsh, 23, was found hogtied, floating in Mark West Creek, December 28, 1973. Karlstad investigation into the girl's death led him to Washington, where he conferred with Seattle police and Kings County lawmen about similarities between the 6 Sonoma County homicides and the deaths of 7 young women whose remains were found at 2 common grave sites east of Seattle. Before he left, Karlstad had developed information about some 28 homicide victims in Northern California since 1969, all involving young women in their teens or 20s, dumped in remote areas or in vacant schoolyards on weekends. Wow. Man, and they never caught this person. Yeah, so this is I was looking at Wikipedia here. Kind of goes through some of these, here, hold on, I lost the chat. There it is. Right, Christina Kubitschek. Right. Yeah, so here's the part on the Zodiac killer. The unapprehended Zodiac killer is a suspect due to similarities between an unknown symbol on his January 29, 1974 exorcist letter to the San Francisco Chronicle, in which he claims 37 victims, and the Chinese characters on the missing soy barrel carried by Kim Allen, as well as stating an intention to vary his modes of operandi. In an earlier November 9, 1969 letter to San Francisco Chronicle, he wrote, "I shall no longer announce to anyone. When I commit my murders, they shall look like routine robberies, killings of anger, plus a few fake accidents, etc." And then down here it mentions Bundy. After his capture for similar crimes in Washington, Colorado, Utah, and Idaho, Ted Bundy was suspected in the murders. Bundy had spent time in neighboring Marin County, but was ruled out by a Sonoma County detective in 1970 and again in 89. So, anyways, there you go, everybody. Crazy case. Yeah, that one's not solved, though. There's no ending that's... Jesus. People over here... You know what's crazy is people always come over here and they try to advertise for other channels. Man, it's brutal. Like, who gives a shit, right? Let's see. I almost need a drink, but I can't. It's bizarre, really. Like good old Lisa up there. Thanks, man. Good stuff. Yeah. Well, it looks like we have actually 526 people watching. Unbelievable. Last night's was just as interesting. I didn't even know. I thought we had like 150 watching. I hadn't even looked. Yeah, that whistle gets you every time, huh? Alright, I was going to do some updates. I do have some quick little updates here on the Photos Dulos. They actually showed some of that surveillance footage. You guys remember this case, right? She's trying to get it so she doesn't have to wear her monitor and everything.
It was here along Albany Avenue where Fotis Dulos parked his Ford Raptor to dump a bag of trash and then an envelope into a storm drain. All the while, Michelle Troconis was in the front seat of his truck. Her lawyer says the allegations against her are misleading and false.
She shouldn't be on a GPS, she shouldn't be on house arrest, and she certainly should not have to report to probation when she's not on probation.
Michelle Troconis is set to appear in court this Friday. A judge is to hear her motion to have the conditions of her release loosened. Her defense team says the allegations against her aren't strong enough to warrant over $2 million bond and intensive monitoring.
The allegation that she was assisting in disposing of any items that they claim was relevant to the case is simply untrue.
Troconis' defense lawyer released 2 videos showing Fotis Dulos stepping out of his Ford Raptor to dispose of trash along Albany Avenue the night.
Isn't that crazy? Like, I don't think we've seen that footage yet, right? I mean, look how clear that is. He's getting out, right?
That they claim was relevant to the case is simply untrue.
Troconis' defense lawyer released 2 videos showing Fotis Dulos stepping out of his Ford Raptor.
I can't believe he was trying to say that wasn't him.
Along Albany Avenue
Look at
the
that.
night Jennifer Dulos went missing. They were alleged to have dumped trash at 30 different spots. Her lawyer says that's not true. There were only 3.
Yeah, you guys did great.
In one video, Troconis can be seen touching the sidewalk. Her lawyer says she was wiping gum off her hands.
Michelle Troconis did not assist in...
She was seen touching the sidewalk. Her says that's not true. There were only 3. In one video, Troconis can be seen touching the sidewalk. Her lawyer says she was wiping gum off her hand.
Is that where you do to get gum off your hand? I just think that's such bullshit right there.
Michelle Troconis did not assist in any way.
Troconis'
No, not at all. She's just in the car, you
showing a
idiot.
match of her DNA to the bags of trash is misleading. He says the partial match could have been from contact with Dulos. Authorities have alleged paper towels were used to clean Jennifer's blood from the back of a Toyota Tacoma. They allege Troconis told them the paper towels smelled like coffee. Her lawyer released this line of questioning that he says shows her English wasn't strong enough to understand the questioning.
Did the paper towel smell like coffee?
No, I didn't smell it.
Well, but still, you're holding that coffee stinks.
But I hold the paper towel, but I didn't smell it. I didn't see that.
But even still, you didn't smell coffee.
No.
You know how coffee is when you smell it, it stinks.
Yeah.
Smell it.
Yeah.
Troconis is facing charges of tampering with evidence and hindering prosecution
Fructose
from the
Dulos.
incident. She was later charged with conspiracy to commit murder.
She has no idea where Jennifer Farber Dulos is, whether she's still alive or not.
Her lawyer says that Troconis in part wants to have those restrictions loosened in order to see her family.
I think we need a rousing bit of Hey Yama. I always forget the name of the guy, though. You're going to have to help me out. Okay, so there's that. And then we also had an update on... you remember this guy in England? That's a birthmark he's got on his face. He was jogging. Well, it sounds like they... Oh, there you go. Sounds like they actually found him. Right? Richard Morris, body found in search for top diplomat missing since May. Police searching for missing diplomat Richard Morris. And I know we covered this one. Let me see if... remember that? Where it took a little bit, and then we just figured out exactly where that surveillance footage was? There it is. Richard Morris. Yeah, I think we got him right here. He's running around this curb or something. Like either way, that's where the he was running on surveillance footage right around in this area. It could have been right there, though. Actually, I think that was the spot, right? But we had him on surveillance there, and then apparently detectives have not formally identified the body, but Mr. Morris's family has been told of the discovery. The former UK ambassador to Nepal, 52, vanished on the 6th of May after setting out on a run from his home in the village of Bentley. Police searched Alice Holt's near Fanham and other areas where the father of 3 was known to run regularly but scaled down their operation. They appealed for sightings from other runners and asked them to check his profile in the running app. Anyways, it sounds like he was found running in an area right there where he jogged regularly. So it's probably going to be him. And now they just have to determine if there was foul play involved. All right. Oh, there you go. Oh, yeah, we got to do... I think it's Hey Yama time. There it is. Xavier, Rudd, and then the Hart family. Whenever you type that in, it shows up, comes up right with the one. Oh yeah, there it is. Wow! And tonight, everybody, it's World Wrestling Federation. On this side, we've got Cairo, the anti-vaxxer. On the other side, we've... yeah. Whee! Have a cheeseburger.
I feel you many times.
I mean, it's actually kind of like a catchy little sound. I don't know why.
When I shut these eyes.
You know, when you go to sleep tonight, you're going to hear this over and over again, everybody.
And I feel you many times. When I shut these eyes. Hey, I'm a warrior.
Yeah!
You're my warrior.
Hey, I'm a warrior.
You're my warrior. Hey, I'm a warrior.
There it is, look. Oh, yeah. Oh God, it's so wonderful. Oh wow. All right, everybody. Boy, that was... Oh, man. Don't you just think that you can go to sleep now and have that in your mind? Yeah. I always want to just sing along to that one. You're changing your name to Yama? Just say, hey Yama, hey Yama. Kind of a catchy tune. But, yeah. Well, I think I'm about done, you guys. 2.5 hours. Gonna go rest now. But listen, you guys are, just like always, the generous freaks. Alright, so tonight we donated $2,400 to crime-related charities. And if you go over to... well, I'll put the main screen on right now. We donated... So far this year, we've given $5,000 to Texas EquiSearch, $2,700 to Kyron Horman Foundation for Allison Watterson, $2,300 to DNA Doe Project, $1,600 to National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and then we gave $1,000 to the first responders. That was during like the beginning of COVID, and then $400 to Innocence Project. So you might have to step it up a little bit on the Innocence Project soon here. But anyways, you guys are freaking awesome. Hey, I'm a hey. Okay, so let me say thanks to Stacy Galloway a couple days ago, but it was for this, and then let's see, Melanie, Rochelle Black, Paulette, and Juju Positive. All right, those are all on PayPal there. And now let me go through this. Ugh, ooh, that's hard. Hey, thanks, Dadio.
One more time. Hey, yama, hey, yama, hey, oh, oh.
All right, Jenny Penny. Hey, yama, hey, yama, hey. Oh, God. That was weird, because I remember that was all during the heart case. That was like the only moment of like levity. You know? The rest of that case was just one of the worst ones I've ever seen. Just absolute fake ass, cultural icon, just using their minority children to get, money for taking care of them from Texas. Absolutely ridiculous. I wish they were still alive so they could be tortured. I mean, they were just monsters. That's right. Cairo, the anti-vaxxer. Well, he's not really an anti-vaxxer. He just likes putting unknown chemicals into his arm. Right. Okay, so here we go. Thank you to Zozo, Barbara Smith, Andrea Ruggiero Drum became a channel member again. One Sly Angel, Andrea Ruggiero Drum with a cat eye donation. Me. Tiny bubbles in the wine. Here, look at okay. Jennifer Cochran Fent, Carolina T, Shogun Love, Crystal, a.k.a. Beaver Gaming, sub, Crystal.
Hey vaccine, hey.
Jessica Schubach. Linda Howe, as in Linda Moldenhow of the Cattle Mutilations and UFOs. Paisley Dreams. Lane S. Miss Skis with a cat eye donation. How you doing, Miss Skis? Chrissy Paradis. Carly Levine, Angie Pangie with a cat eye donation and a half. Andrea Ruggiero Drum, Barbara Smith, Mysterious Monkey with a cat eye donation. Melissa Crone Carvel, Swerbs, Susie B, Lane S, Michelle Nicholas, and then Mag with the cat eye donation. Kim F. Sharp Harp. Rolling around on the floor laughing, it looks like. Andrea Ruggiero Drum, Ashleela Smith, Julie W, Andrea Briones, Jenny Penny, Crystal Ann with the cat eye donation. Sarita. Oh, good, Miss Giss. Alicia C. Cairo. Shogun Love. Catalina Revival. Alley Cake. Maybe Sunshine. Juju Positive. And then Huck became a new member. Michelle Nicholas. Kim F. Sharp Hart. Lee Dobby. Alley Cake. Michelle Nicholas. Laura Nelson. Darlene White. Cairo. KNS. Lee Dobby. Swerves. Gene Fish. Thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up, thumbs up. Marcelin, 1977. Sherlock Hemlock. Kit Kat. Barbara Smith. Dadio Caspian Horses Rock. Jen H. Layla My Layla. Chrissy Paradis. Jenny Penny. And she started off the Hey Yama, Hey Yama. Dadio Caspian Horses Rock. Kevin Brown. Cairo. And Chrissy Paradis. So thank all of you, you guys and gals. I'll just say guys, because you guys, you know when I say guys, it's just generic, right? Well, how come you didn't... Oh, God, I can just hear it now, right? I can hear it now, everybody.
Well, how come guys is the generic term? How come it couldn't have been gals for everybody?
I don't know. Sometimes it's just the way it is, okay? Sometimes it's just the way it is. When somebody goes, hey, guys, what are you doing? You know, they're really just talking about everybody, right? And even women say, hey, guys, to their friends because it's easier, right? Yeah, you're right. I'm just not woke. I guess that's the problem. And by the way, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button really quick. If not, don't watch, okay? Yeah, guys seems like it's gender neutral. You know? And everybody says it that way, right? You know it, right, Stacy? Come on. Everybody goes, hey, guys, let's, what are you doing later? But anyways, you guys, oh, shit, I did it again. Hell, what should I be using? Tell me what I should be saying. Well, thank you, Stacy Galloway. You guys are, I mean, it's so amazing. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do. You know, I know it's just sort of a slow slog throughout the month, but, you know, at the end of the month, boom, we're making a difference. Yeah, you people. Boy, if you want to piss somebody off, say you people. There you go, Lisa Irwin. Oh, my God. I'm just going to start saying, hey, Yama, instead. Hey, Yama, well, no, that doesn't, it's hard to inflect it correctly. Hey, Yama are amazing. That doesn't really work. Yeah, I'm just going to say whatever the hell I want. I'm just goofing around. I wouldn't even give a shit what you suggested, okay? I'm just throwing it out there for fun, you know, get some laughs at the end of the show. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, I gotta go take this Band-Aid off, do a shower, and then put a new Band-Aid on it. Hey, all right. There you go. Atlantic Tide Crime. Thanks for jumping in there. Although most of the time, let's see. I don't have any llamas. The two Utes. Utes, I'll call you guys. Utes are cool. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna get some rest. All right, everybody. Well, listen, I appreciate everybody showing up. Maybe I'm gonna do the maybe I'll do a flyby really quick. One route around my favorite place. Never hurt anybody. But In the meantime, make sure that you are still washing your hands all the time. Make sure you wear a mask if you go out into a place where there's other people. And also maintain your social distancing. I mean, pretend other people are pit bulls when you're walking on a sidewalk. Well, I like pit bulls, Gray. I don't. I hate pit bulls. If you own a pit bull and it offends you with me telling you that, then unsubscribe immediately. Thank you. All right.
How dare you? My pit bull is the nicest one in the world. It's never bitten anybody.
Cut to the next scene.
Oh my God, my pit bull killed somebody. He was the nicest dog I've ever seen.
Yeah, that's what they all say. Yeah, they all say the same thing. How great yours was until it killed somebody. All right, everybody. I know I just pissed some people off. It's okay, though. It's okay. You know, we all think a little differently. All right, everybody. So, yeah, like I said, social distancing, wear your mask, wash your hands. All right, and right now I'm going to switch over to do the flyby, though. Right. But when that pit bull finally bites somebody, game over. But it wouldn't. It's the nicest dog in the world.
No, all pit bulls' lives matter. All pit bulls' lives matter. I really like that part where it stops and then starts up again.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, cool. Alright, cool. Alright, John boy, cool. Alright, cool. Alright, cool, John boy.
Wow, would you shut the hell up?
Oh, girl, you so mean to me.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that's too high for me. Sorry. Some people said Team John Boy. What about my team?
Well, that's too damn bad. I have a team for me. You don't. So you lose, Mary Lou. You lose.
That's so mean. What do you mean I lose? I come here to watch the show just like you do. Well, good night, John boy. That's the last time I ever talk to you again.
Oh, come on. You'll be here tomorrow, won't you?
Well, yeah, I will, but anyways, good night, John boy.
Good night, Mary Lou.
You're so mean.
Wow. I tell you what, man. I'm not really sure. You know, one of these days you might find John Boy in a freezer. Makes me a little nervous about those two. But anyways, all right, everybody. Thank you all for showing up. And as I always say, everybody, until next time, be safe out there. And a 2, and a 3, and a 4, and a 5, and a 6, and a 7, and 8, and a 9. Yeah, I've been doing this true crime thing for quite a while now. And during this whole time, I have not seen one person that is a crime dissector, plug rejector. I'm a certified human lie detector. Gonna get ya on a stretcher if you try and play me like an old projector. Crime sector is my nectar. Professor Green is gonna give another lecture.
Wait,
Crime
what?
collector,
we were done.
connector, and I'm always gonna be a pup protector.
Food deflector, interceptor. They don't mean to respect with a vector.
On his pector, with all respect, y'all. Just remember I've a temple fucking checked ya.
I have no agenda. I'm no pretender. And I give it to you straight. Okay, serve it. Okay, serve it, please.
And in the
Yeah,
end,
get it right. Get
I'm
it
gonna
right
send
next
ya on a mission to reveal the true offender. Yeah, so I'll just get right back to work. All right, everybody. Talk to you later.
All right, good night, John boy.
Bye, Mary Lou.
Good night, bye.
Wow. I guess they realized that they had already fought earlier and really didn't feel like fighting yet again. All right, everybody. We'll see you guys tomorrow to start the new month. And until then, be safe.